John Lawler, who's the director of the 10-year plan, and Robert Finley, the communications director, have both announced their resignations today. The office is going to continue, but it's going to be scaled back somewhat. Michael Dunthorne will be in charge dealing with issues of the 10-year plan, coordination of services and so forth, but not permanent supportive housing. That is what's being paused.
The reason for my resignation is the fact that I was hired to implement the 10-year plan. The administration has decided it's time to pause the 10-year plan. So in order to pause the 10-year plan and push into this community process to hear from the community how they want to end homelessness, I think it's in the best interest of the community if I pull away from my job in the 10-year plan office and let this process run its course.
I was kind of surprised that he stepped down. From what I hear, it's on his own free will, and I wish him the best on whatever he goes forward doing. As far as the new direction, I like where it's going. I like where hopefully it'll go, because now it'll be in the hands of the people in the direction that the people want it to go, versus led by one group or one organization.
What we're moving toward today is to establish a community process to develop a consensus, hopefully a consensus and a grounding on where we can go in addressing the problem of homelessness. Clearly, where we are right now doesn't have sufficient community support, and we need to have that support to be successful.
I have every degree and confidence that with the city and county government involved and Stephanie and Ron working together on this, we'll put away the differences and come together. So I have to be optimistic that that can occur.
I think this is a healthy process that we are embarking upon. I've made the comment that many organizations, including the Volunteer Ministry Center, have a strategic plan, and we stop every now and then to review the plan, to look at it, to decide if we want to make any changes, and then to move forward. I think this is very much like that, and I think that's a healthy thing. I also want to celebrate what I see some of the successes of the plan over the last number of years, and it is the large number of formerly homeless people who are now in housing. Certainly a success.
I'm disappointed in the fact that the plan has been somewhat put on hold, especially permanent supportive housing. That's a very important and crucial strategy of the plan. At the same time, it's okay. I was hopeful that the mayors do acknowledge the other 8 strategies, and those 2 are very important to not only the plan, not only addressing the issue of homelessness in our community, but addressing community issues or community questions.
Actually, this community process will be led by folks outside of government. We're obviously supportive of it. Both Mayor Brown and Mayor Burchett are supportive of this, but we're not quite sure where it'll go. It will involve, I'm sure, a series of meetings and probably bring in some folks to help run those meetings in a fair and impartial way and engage folks all over the community, the religious community and others, to see. I think there is consensus that we have a homelessness issue. What there's not is exactly how we deal with it. And many of us have thought permanent supportive housing is the approach. Others favor other approaches, so I think they'll all get a look.
We're getting both sides of the aisle, literally, on this thing, the polar opposites, to come together and form a committee so we can address the homeless plan. And I think it's a good start. It's going to be transparent. Folks are going to have input from the front. The media is going to be invited, and they'll be an integral part of this by alerting the public of what's going on. I think it's a good situation for both sides to come together, and we can stop with all the rhetoric, and we can just continue, I think, in a meaningful discussion of the homeless situation in our community.